Most people think wealth is about how much you earn in your 20s. It's not. It's about what you buy before life gets expensive. Two people can make the same money at 22, but by 40 one is free and the other is trapped. The difference isn't luck or hustle, it's early decisions that compound quietly. In this video, I'll break down 7 smart things to buy in your 20s that don't look impressive today, but make wealth almost inevitable later. Step 1. Skills that pay you back. In your 20s, money spent on skills is different from any other expense because it keeps paying you long after the money is gone. When you buy a skill like sales, coding, video editing, copywriting, marketing, or communication, you're not just learning something new, you're increasing your earning ceiling for decades. A phone, clothes, or a car loses value over time, but a skill compounds because it makes you more valuable in the marketplace. One strong skill can open better jobs, freelancing, income, side businesses, or even full independence. Most people wait until they're ready or earning more before investing in skills, but that delay is costly. Learning earlier means you get paid earlier and you also make better decisions later. Even if a course or mentorship feels expensive now, compare that cost to years of higher income and more options. The goal isn't to collect certificates, it's to buy abilities that solve real problems for real people. In your 20s, skills are leverage, and leverage is how wealth quietly begins. Step 2. Time in the market. One of the smartest things you can buy in your 20s is time, specifically time in the market. You don't need to invest big amounts to win, you need to start early. Compounding doesn't reward intelligence or perfect timing, it rewards patience. When you invest small amounts consistently in your 20s, those early years do most of the heavy lifting later. Many people delay because they think it's not worth starting with too little, but that mindset is exactly what costs them the most. Someone who invests a small amount at 22 often ends up with more than someone who invests much more at 32, simply because time multiplies money. Starting early also builds discipline and removes fear. You learn how markets move, how emotions affect decisions, and how consistency beats excitement. The real purchase here isn't stocks or funds. It's the habit of investing before life gets complicated. Your 20s give you something you'll never get back: long-term runway. Buying into the market early is buying your future self options. Step 3. A reliable, boring car. A reliable, boring car is one of the most underrated wealth-building purchases you can make in your 20s. Cars are emotional purchases for most people. They represent status, success, and identity. But from a wealth perspective, expensive cars are silent destroyers of future freedom. High monthly payments, insurance, maintenance, and depreciation quietly drain money that could be invested or used to build skills. A simple, dependable car does the opposite. It protects cash flow and reduces stress. When your transportation is predictable and paid off, you gain flexibility. You're not forced to stay in a job you hate just to cover a car payment. You're not one repair away from financial panic. Wealth isn't about what people see when you drive by, it's about what you keep when no one is watching. In your 20s, the goal isn't to impress, it's to position yourself. A boring car keeps money working for you instead of against you, and that decision compounds quietly over time. Step 4. Books that change how you think. Books are one of the cheapest yet most powerful investments you can make in your 20s because they change how you think, not just what you know. Most people spend money on entertainment that distracts them for hours and leaves nothing behind. Books, especially on money, psychology, habits, and decision-making, rewire how you see problems, risk, and opportunity. One idea from a book can save you years of mistakes or push you toward a decision that changes your entire direction. Reading builds long-term thinking in a world obsessed with instant results. It teaches you how successful people think, how they manage emotions, and how they make decisions under uncertainty. The return on books isn't immediate, but it's exponential. Over time, better thinking leads to better choices, and better choices lead to better outcomes. In your 20s, you're still forming mental models about money and life. Books help you build those models intentionally instead of copying whatever society hands you by default. Step 5. Health. Before it becomes expensive. Buying your health early is one of the smartest financial decisions you can make, even though it doesn't look like a money move. Gym memberships, nutritious food, proper sleep, and stress management aren't luxuries. They're investments. Poor health steals energy, focus, confidence, and time, all of which directly affect earning potential. In your 20s, it's easy to ignore health because your body recovers quickly, but habits built now compound just like money. When health declines later, it becomes expensive. Medical bills, lost productivity, and limited opportunities. Strong physical and mental health give you stamina to work, learn, and take risks. They also protect you from burnout, which quietly ruins many high-income careers. Wealth requires consistency over long periods, and consistency is impossible without energy. Buying health early is really buying future earning power and freedom. You don't need perfection, just systems that support your body instead of draining it. Step 6. A simple financial system. Wealth doesn't come from willpower. It comes from systems. In your 20s, buying a simple financial system is far more important than chasing complex strategies. Budgeting apps, automatic investing, and basic expense tracking remove emotion from money decisions. When systems run in the background, progress happens without constant effort. Most people fail financially not because they earn too little, but because their money has no direction. Without systems, spending expands to match income, and nothing is left to grow. A simple system ensures that saving and investing happen first, not last. It also gives clarity. When you know where your money goes, you stop feeling anxious and start feeling in control. Control leads to confidence, and confidence leads to better decisions. In your 20s, habits are easier to form and harder to break later. Buying systems early means your money works automatically while you focus on building your life. Step 7. Freedom, not flexing. The most important thing to buy in your 20s is freedom, not approval. Many people spend money trying to look successful instead of becoming secure. Flexing feels good short-term, but it locks you into financial pressure long-term. Freedom means having options. The option to leave a bad job, say no to toxic situations, or take risks that could change your future. Every smart purchase should move you closer to control over your time and decisions. This doesn't mean living poorly, it means spending intentionally. When you prioritize freedom, you naturally avoid debt that traps you and expenses that add stress. Over time, this creates a gap between you and people who earn similarly but live paycheck to paycheck. In your 20s, buying freedom sets the direction for the rest of your life. Wealth isn't loud, it's quiet, flexible, and patient, and it starts with choosing control over image. If you're in your 20s, what you do next matters more than what you've done so far. The habits you build now quietly decide how much freedom you'll have later. If this video helped you think long-term, subscribe for more content like this. And watch the next video. It breaks down how wealth actually grows over time, step by step.